As annoying as this is, at least from a noise perspective, on Horde night, this is probably the least obnoxious. I mean, compared to sitting here with a shotgun, it's just too much. I guess that's why everybody wants their traps to work. So I've been playing around with the values for it. I think I've got it in a doable range. It's still a death gun. I mean, you're gonna sit here and you're click, 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 but it could be worse. So I tried to make it where it still has overwhelming force, but doesn't burst, but 150 nails per click. So it comes out to 1,500 damage. If my calculation's correct. Change guns, come on, do it for me. Yeah, it seems to have a little bit of a problem. I think believing that the gun is... I guess it has to register that the magazine size is that big. Yeah, the lag... That's just from the zombies. I mean, my machine's... Yeah, just on the edge. Which is handy with this because, I mean, if I had traps going, every time you target him, he'll duck back in. Why does it sound... Well, it must be out there. Oh, you just open it all by yourselves, huh? Come on, you can do it. It's struggling. Come on, come on. Ooh. It is struggling. I'm gonna clear some of these out, or it's just not gonna. Come on, guys. It won't. There we go. As far as a other than the lag that I'm experiencing, it's the most convenient weapon it can be, right? Because in one click, keep your noses. Okay. So I'm on survivalist. I've got to jog during the daytime, sprint all the other times. Feral sense on always, and I'm in the desert. So the Horde never, and I'm on Horde night every night. And because it's the desert, the screamers are out here all the time. This is just so effective. It's OP. It's just it's hard to get the timing right without wasting too much ammo. All right, I like you close. It'll get there. Just have to be patient, not move the mouse too far. Yeah. Wait and wait for it, wait for it. Yeah, they should. I don't know. They'll have another wave, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Come on. There we go. He was holding back. He wanted to spit. Leave. They do a really good job of trying to get through there. They do a whole matrix thing, you know, sideways, and they will push. They will catch one sideways and push him through. I don't know how. You know, half block crawl sideways. Or vertical. Waste. Away. I can't get two. I'm thinking sometimes I get three. Plus, but when I put it down to 150 in a burst, that locks in the max damage. So it's 1,500 damage per click. Well, no. What, 150 bursts with 10 is the damage, so yeah, 1500. You do burn through some nails. It would be in your arsenal, but would not be unless you get that many nails. Sure. Come on. Ah. Do you know I'm targeting you? So you moved? And now I'm targeting you. Ooh. Bunch of cops. The game is pretty good. That should have got him. Ah, too far. I spent way too much time building all this. Way too many resources doing it. You couldn't do it except in creative mode. I mean, you could do a version of it, but I co-opted the structure. There's some angry birds, huh? So this is actually more effective if you're open to the birds. If I encase this, though. So I took over the church. And I have encased it in steel to the point where they see the chute down here is the only viable means to get to me finally. It took a while, because if you build a structure this big, any spot where they detect they have as unlikely as it would seem. You know, I guess they get underneath the foundation, and if they can dig sideways. And if they feel they can stair step up to you somehow, they'll do it, even if it's way over here digging. Anyway, yeah, it took a lot of... But the good thing, I think I have managed to direct the Horde. I mean, because it's a lot of space to cover. I had to put a lot of steel just to make them decide to take the route I wanted them to take. So, I mean, it's useful. It did save me, a good bit to not have to build the entire structure. And I do have a garage door here, so it doesn't go all the way down. The dogs can get through here. So not too good. I just have to take those out and yeah. Anyway, it's the futuristic version of asymmetrically futuristic version of the church that was out here. Chapel. And they've been really on me the whole time I was building this, which that seems to be the thing. The screamers, of course, you're putting out a heat signature, but still. Yeah, I guess any activity at all, they're on you. So I still have some remnants, right? This is going to be annoying, but it's just they kind of forced me into this. I didn't really want to have to do it this way, but right. It's a little much. Okay. So there's not that much to it, but I did not initially take into account the fact that there was a downstairs, so that required a little bit more fortification. This was all open. They had dirt right here, and so yeah, I never have opened that. And it just was busy because the whole time they'd been just wanting to. I don't know what this little room was back here for. Have I gone in those? Oh, no. Let's see. Yeah. Can store it away. Don't know what that's for. It's okay. You can do it. You can do it on the second try. No? Well, in any case, that's the extent of it. I have this area down here to do with whatever. But I think it's secure. If, yeah, it sounds like it's just not going to let me go. But just to say, I have the up-to-date mod values for the nail gun listed, and I will list them in the description. So let me, it's going to, no. Yeah, it's gonna die. Alright guys, I just wanted to give an update and show you the little horde bit. Well, look, it took a lot more work than I wanted it to take, but it's there. Really, it's just killing corridor. This was all just, I could have cut it off and not use it at all. And I had to have something to do, right? Alright, let me cut it off because it's died. It has died.